Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel.
And I think the time has come for Kenyans not to sit on the fence anymore, but rise up and demand that the Constitution must be respected and honored.
Now, OKIYA is not happy, especially after the National Assembly clerk issued a date that is supposed to be for the vetting of 21 CSS whom William Ruto had nominated. So OKIYA knows very well that the government will employ shadow tactics to try to force those names, of which that is what they will do, because it's always about the numbers.
I'm issuing this press statement in response, and not in reaction, but in response to the naming of the cabinet.
But OKIYA looks at this list and says that Kenyans have been hoodwinked. And that is why he supports the petition that has been trending. Mind you, for those who have been following the politics lately, you realize that there are petitions which have been forwarded to court to try to seek for proper guidance on how William Ruto can be ousted. So I'd like us to go to OKIYA's statement and this latest development on the petition filed against William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua's presidency. You know, when I talk about presidency, I talk about the president and the deputy president, the presidency. So the petition is seeking to remove all of them from office. So like this video is so important. If you like this video, I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. OKIYA has vowed that he's not going to give this government peace. Why? Because the government has not honored the plights of the citizens who demonstrated. Take for example something like the budget of the first lady and the second lady. It was channeled to the parliament. You know, the State House Comptroller took the matter to parliament and said that that budget cannot be cut because there are people who have been employed in the first lady's office, people employed in the second lady's office, who have a contract of 3 to 5 years. So if that budget is cut, it means these people will claim legal, there will be some legal implication here, and should that happen, itakuwa ni expensive sana. So to cut this long story short, allow me to share this video of what OKIYA is saying regarding the government composition of William Samoei Ruto. Now, just watch this video.
I'm really saddened by what has happened, especially the inclusion of members of parliament from the opposition parties and the leaders of an opposition party in that cabinet list. That for me states that the president has decided that he will govern this country without the Constitution, that he swore to uphold and defend and promote when he was sworn into office, and which has an obligation as a citizen of this country, even without that oath of office, to uphold and defend and promote pursuant to Article 3 Clause 1 of the Constitution. And I would like to refer the country to Article 129 of the Constitution, which states categorically, 129 Clause 1 and 2, state categorically that the executive authority derives from the people of Kenya and shall be exercised in accordance with this Constitution. Number 2, in Clause 2, it says executive authority shall be exercised in a manner compatible with the principle of service to the people of Kenya and for their well-being and benefit. So I'm saddened that the last move of the president to include members of parliament from the opposition party ODM in his cabinet is totally insensitive to the economic times that we are living in, because it automatically occasions by-elections in those two constituencies, which was totally unnecessary. and that doesn't amount to a prudent use of public resources. Number 2, Article 4, Clause 1 defines Kenya as a multi-party democracy. A multi-party democracy which under the Elections Act allows for formation of coalitions which act as a political party and must function as a political party. And when people go to elections, they elect candidates and parties, especially a party running on a candidate running on a party or a party fielding candidates is bound by that requirement that Kenya is a multi-party democracy. There have to be procedures to be followed before elections and after elections that underpin that multi-party democracy character of the Republic of Kenya. And we saw when President RUTO first came into office, he began by buying off political party members to entice them across the divide, irrespective of the treaties that were in place or the agreements, and irrespective of the fact that the people of Kenya, when voting, expressed themselves categorically that they were electing these people to be on the side of those parties based on the manifestos those parties had sold to them. So under that principle of the multi-party, Kenya being a multi-party democracy, it's not possible for an individual MP or a political party to just cross the floor after an election. That particular provision also does not give the president the power to set up what is calling a broad-based government. To set up a broad-based government is to violate Article 3, Clause 2, which says that any government set up or established contrary to the Constitution is null and void. And so the president, by deciding to establish a government, contrary to the principle, which is a founding principle, because the Article 4 defines the character of the Kenyan state. And by the president choosing not to honor that character, he has totally declared to us that he's going to govern this country without following the Constitution. It's clear that the president does not consider himself as bound by the Constitution, and he can do whatever serves his political interests. And I think the time has come for Kenyans not to sit on the fence anymore, but to rise up and demand that the Constitution must be respected and honored. Senators who belong to YPA trooping to meet their leader. And so it looks like Azimio may have been torn asunder, but for me, I'm not a member of Azimio, I'm not a member of Kenya Kwanza. I moved in with my own party, and it's within my party that I'm going to set up with like-minded Kenyans a shadow cabinet, because effectively we are now under a parliamentary system and not under a presidential system.
Last one. Kenyans are asking, does the president listen? Does he listen?
I don't know that. I think maybe not listening is you can listen and misunderstand. So I don't know that he listens, but I can't speak for him on that. I can only judge him on the actions he takes. And I think he has shown us the middle finger, because by putting Murkomen in charge of the Gen Z, the president has effectively shown us the middle finger that you can go to hell with your demands. And that's what is happening.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen, that is OKIYA OMATATA. You know, for one of the leaders that the Generation Z have accepted the most is OKIYA OMATATA. There's also Babu Owino, and there is Edwin Sifuna, and of course Martha Karua. Martha Karua comes at a distance fifth there. So what OKIYA OMATATA said literally makes a lot of sense, and I think you agree with OKIYA OMATATA's statement. But you can just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about OKIYA OMATATA, the statement. Just tell us what your proposals are, what do you think should be done. So perhaps if you watch this video and not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.